So what do you think? Do you think equal justice for all human beings, even those in the womb? Have you ever thought about it? So by that I mean life begins at fertilization, and it's a human life. So I'm a Christian abolitionist and advocating for the reality that all human beings should have equal justice under the law, even those that are zygotes from all the way through. And what we have in the United States of America is we have, a human rights violation. You'd think that we would have solved the human rights issue back in slavery, but we haven't, because now we have a 21st century laws that allow the slaughter of innocent little human beings, defenseless, vulnerable. There's nothing they could do. What do you think?
I believe everybody has their reasoning for things. I'm not gonna say I'm for it. I'm not gonna say I'm against it.
Okay.
I try not to get into them because
Now, if you saw a mother abusing a child on the sidewalk, or a father punching a little toddler, would you intervene?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So why not if somebody was legally killing little innocent babies? Because that's what abortion is. It's the legalized right to kill a child, a human life. And if it is a human being right from the moment, even if we take it back to the most basic human cell of a zygote, it's a human life. Why should they not have equal protection and equal justice under the law?
You got a point. Makes sense.
Are you a Christian?
No, I'm an atheist.
Okay, you believe that there is no God.
I don't believe there is no.
Okay, do you know there is no God?
I do not know.
Yeah, what led you to atheism, I guess, is my question. If you have a moment to talk about it, I'd love to hear what you're thinking.
It's just pretty much what I grew up around.
Okay. So you grew up with the belief that, not the belief, because atheism is making the definitive statement that there is no God. Not just that, like if I say I believe there is no God, that's kind of an agnostic, like, man, I'm not sure, but I don't believe that there is. But an atheist, as you identify, would say there is no God, that you know that there is no God. Or would you not go that far?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. So you just, what are the reasons why you don't believe that there is a God?
I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like I said, it's something that I grew around.
Okay.
I never really grew around anybody who was religious or anything, so it never really came around in that sense.
Have you ever thought about like why you're here, how you got here, how human life developed or anything like that? Or do you not really think about those types of things?
I'm too busy.
Are you?
I apologize, yeah.
No, you don't have to apologize. There's nothing to be apologetic for. So, but do you believe that there's any kind of standard of morality, that some things are right and some things are wrong?
That I have a belief in.
Okay. Now, as an atheist, we're here. We know that we exist at this point. And the question becomes, how did we get here? Usually atheists believe that, there was matter, like a cosmic chicken egg of some sort, Big Bang. Out of chaos and accidents and so forth, we have order and logic and all that kind of stuff. How do you get order out of chaos?
I don't know. I guess in a sense, I believe there's when it comes to that kind of stuff, there's a balance.
Okay. What balance of what?
You got a balance of chaos and you got a balance of perfection. In a sense.
No, that's very thoughtful that you would say that, because you would admit that we have chaos, chance random processes, right? And then out of this chaos, somehow we end up having some form of perfection or logic or reason or morality even. Because how do you justify as an atheist that something is right or something that's wrong? I mean, for example, let's just talk about rape. Rape is a terrible thing. Would you say that that's something that's evil?
I was just thinking about that today.
Were you?
Like, I was thinking about how a lot of people will say certain things are objective and subjective, and it's interesting to consider how there are, you know, religions or certain people that hold those beliefs where certain things are not considered, you know, morally correct when they actually are to most people. So it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know of a society of history or one that exists today that is okay with adultery, for instance. You know, you look at history, or child molestation, for instance. Somebody having sex with a child is considered by even cultures that believe in the sun is God or whatever. They would say that something like that is wicked.
So, can I just ask what made you want to become someone who wants to abolish abortion?
I'm a Christian, so you know, as I was what's your name?
Scott.
Scott. I'm Norman, by the way, and you are?
Eliza,
nice to meet you. As a Christian, I have an objective standard. The Bible is, I believe, there is a God. How do I know? Because of the impossibility of the contrary. If there is not the God of the Bible, we can't explain anything. But as a biblical Christian, I can explain what are morals, what's right and what's wrong. I can explain that. I can explain what you are. You are made in the image of God, but you have fallen, and that you need to have your sins forgiven, that there is such thing as sin, that you've broken God's law. I've broken God's law. But as a Christian, I see that the one and only true God who revealed himself in the Bible said, I will make a way for you to be forgiven of your sin. And that will be, I will come to this earth, live the perfect life, die on the cross, and take the punishment that sinners deserve upon myself as an innocent one. Jesus Christ was innocent, right? And then God will then give me the holiness and righteousness of Christ. So
would you say being a Christian, like to someone who's not a Christian, that's a subjective experience? Like,
no.
So Christian to you is like absolute truth?
No, that's, yeah.
Right.
I would say, yeah, there is absolute truth. And I think you would even admit that, because even to make the statement there is no absolute truth is making an absolute truth statement.
That's yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So all it would be would be a self-defeating statement. There are no absolutes. Are you absolutely sure about that? Right? So
what specifically does that have to do with abortion?
Specifically because the revealed law of God says, it's nice to meet you. You take care. Thanks for talking.